Hey guys, I got a video from crimsonigloo. We've been talking about cementing the Japanese learning community on YouTube a little bit, bringing students together to get advice, to share experiences, and to connect with native speakers. I've been studying Japanese for 4 years, and she's just started learning. So we're going to be helping each other out, and we want to get you guys in on the process. So today I'm going to start answering some of her questions about the Senpai Kohai system in Japan, which will hopefully lend itself well to our mutual studies. So let's check out her introductions and her questions.
こんにちは、クリムゾニグルです。はじめましてとよろしくお願いします。
はじめまして、ジェフです。よろしく。
What exactly is a senpai? What's a kohai?
Senpai and Kohai are the two terms that define the senior-junior hierarchy in Japan. In school and in the workplace, even in sports clubs and social circles, you're going to find senpais and kohais. Your senpai is your senior, someone who started before you, and your kohai is your junior, someone who came after. This is really easy to handle in school because it's determined by grade level. For example, the third-year students in middle school are all dokyuseis, students of the same grade. And since they're the oldest students in the school, they are everyone's senpais. So I would be your Japanese senpai because I've been a student for a longer period of time. And I think I'm also your YouTube senpai by 3 days. People like Gimme a Flake Man would be my senpai and your senpai. We were both Gimme a Flake Man's kohai. If you watch any response videos to Victor, I think you'll find that a lot of people refer to him as senpai. I think you could consider him a dai senpai, which implies a wider difference in his range of experience and a greater level of respect.
What are the formal terms in Japanese? Who do they apply to? What about if you have older friends? Do the formal terms apply to them as well? How do you know which terms to formalize and which ones to casualize, if that's a word?
Those are very difficult questions because levels of formal speech in Japan are extremely complex. As a beginner, here's what you should know. To respect the rules of the social hierarchy, when you're speaking to someone who's a higher status than you, you should use Keigo, respectful language. The go in Keigo, you already know. It's the same go in Nihongo or Eigo. It indicates a language. There are different kinds of Keigo, and they're used for 3 basic things. To refer to those of a higher status than you, respectfully. To refer to those who are on your level, humbly. And to address someone politely. It's pretty confusing, so don't worry about it for now. What you're learning as a beginner, verbs in the mas form and sentences ending in des, those are considered polite speech. So if you have to speak to a teacher or a boss or a stranger, you're perfectly equipped to do so with des and mas. As you learned in your introducing friends lesson, even saying kochira to indicate a person instead of kore wa or koitsu wa, kochira is a way of using keigo. It's a polite way to introduce someone. A safe rule is always use polite speech to your teachers, your bosses, and anyone who's significantly older than you. If you have senpais that are close to your age and they're friendly with you, they'll probably encourage you to use more casual speech. It's very common for younger Japanese adults these days to invite you to call them by their first name and even to drop the san. With those friends, feel free to use your casual speech. Also, if you're talking to your kohais or children, or if you're a customer and you're dealing with a store clerk or somebody who's waiting on you, then you use casual speech. Even if you feel like, I want to be polite to them, it can sound weird in Japanese. When a convenience store clerk wants to ask you if you want your receipt, they'll present you the receipt and they'll say, "Yoroshii desu ka?" And yoroshii is a very polite way of saying "ii." It's asking, are you good? Like, do you want it or not? And you can decline by saying, "ii desu, I'm good." But if you were to say yoroshii, the polite version, back to them, it would sound very awkward and you'd be using situationally inappropriate Japanese, which is a mistake that I make regularly.
What else other than speech does the Senpai Kohai hierarchy affect? Why do the Japanese have this system? What happens if you don't follow this rule when you're in Japanese society? Does it make a difference if I use the formal terms all the time? Should I be calling you sensei? Have you ever spoken casually to a superior before? And if you have, how did it make you and the other people around you feel? Does it make you feel uncomfortable, or do you get yelled at or something?